As you know, U.S. monetary policy has rapidly expanded the money supply through near 0% interest rates and open market operations. This is known to lead to inflation. The White House, Congress, and the Fed are all working together with the Fed's newly expanded powers and using those powers to bail out failing companies. This is also pumping massive amounts of cash into the money supply. On the fiscal policy side, the new budget calls for heavy taxation in many areas, particularly relating to business. Payroll tax, Social Security tax, corporate tax, as well as new taxes on energy, with possibly more on the way. And we know this can lead to cost-push inflation. These taxes will also trigger higher unemployment spikes. Corporations employ their own economists that can see these inflationary forces at work, and they would have a duty to report to their company that inflation might be on the way, and it's a good time to stock up on key inventory items needed for their business. And we know that can lead to expectation-driven inflation. The current chairman of the Fed, Ben Bernanke, said on 60 Minutes in an unprecedented interview that inflation is currently low and we can afford to expand the money supply now. And if need be, we can raise interest rates later. Wow, I hope he's right. But I would think that the Fed would want to contract the money supply to counteract the inflationary forces of our current fiscal policy. You can check out his interview on 60 Minutes. There's a link on the sidebar. Inflation is a complex animal that has many causes and can produce a variety of short-term and long-term effects on the economy. In this last section, I'd like to cover some key terms that could be useful to you that relate to inflation. You may hear these terms often in the news. Inflation covers the increase in prices over the entire economy. CPI is the Consumer Price Index and covers increases in prices in a typical basket of goods, common items that most families regularly buy. This is a more relevant number to most families. In the UK, they have something very similar called the RPI, Retail Price Index. Now, core inflation is very similar to CPI, but it takes out the most volatile items like food and gas. Food items can increase in price due to a bad season, a bad crop, not necessarily due to a strained economy. And oil is artificially priced through the OPEC cartel. Well, most families buy food and gas, so why is this number important? It's important because you can take the core inflation data from year to year and have a better forecast of where prices are headed, how fast they're increasing. The misery index is the combination of the inflation rate and the unemployment rate. It reached an all-time high during the end of the Carter administration of 21.98%. Check out the link to the Misery Index website in the sidebar. Well, you made it to the end. Thank you. It was a long ride, but inflation is a big topic and we barely scratched the surface. But I hope you have a better understanding of inflation and its causes. And hopefully you can make better investment decisions and add more value to your company with your newfound knowledge. I love reading all your comments, and please keep sharing these videos with your friends. Thank you.